Well, it's the day after my birthday, beginning of March. Beautiful day here in Montana. So it's time for my, well, what's becoming my traditional first hike of the season up here at Zimmerman Park in Billings. Nice little place to come and kind of get away from it all. Yeah, first hike of the season. This is one of my absolute favorite things. Just nice to get out, feel the ground below your feet, see how you're feeling, take stock of everything, and just take in that nature after a long cold winter. Although our winter this year wasn't too bad. Get a nice gorgeous view of the Beartooth Mountains there. Perfect day for a hike. I really love this little park. You know, it's not like hiking in the mountains. Of course, you can't do that right now anyways, because the mountains are completely covered in snow. But this little park overlooks Billings, Montana. It's not even a 15-minute drive from where I live. I could probably ride my bike here if it wasn't for the climb up. It sits up on the rimrocks. But for being a little city park, surprisingly beautiful and secluded, which is a good thing for guys like me who like to walk through the woods with cameras facing on them, talking to themselves. But yeah, it's just a nice place to kind of separate yourself from the city, kind of get back into the wild, listen to the birds. You know, Montana is such a wealth of different ecosystems. And here in Billings, we're in the foothills, just right at the edge of the plains and the mountains, and a semi-arid kind of ecosystem. So lots of pines, lots of shrub, brush, sage, just a beautiful, beautiful spot. Would you look at that view? The eventual goal in sight, the mountains. What a gorgeous day. Probably a little windy, so I apologize. But you can probably tell a little why I love it up here. Oh man. My puppies are sore. What a beautiful day. You know what I love about these first hikes of the season is, you know, your legs aren't used to it, so all your muscles are sore, your feet are sore, your shoes are probably shot. And so you really kind of feel every single mile. It's a lot like beginning a really big trip when your body is still fighting you and hasn't given to the fact that you're going to continue to torture it for days on end. And I love that feeling. I love that sense of renew. It's just like spring. You know, everything is new, everything is rejuvenated. You start seeing growth. Snow melts away and reveals everything, all the new changes and subtle differences from last year. You know, I didn't do this part of the trail last year when we did our first hike, which is right at the beginning of all the craziness before the world kind of went to hell in a handbasket. But you know, things are getting better. There's a lot of hope on the horizon, and I have a lot of hope for this season, so I'm super excited. Couldn't ask for a better day. Sun's finally coming back out, which is going to test my sunscreen because I forgot my hat. So yeah, just like the beginning of every other great trip, sometimes things just don't work out. It's all part of the fun. All right. Oh, this guy's not getting in shape without nothing. Well, a couple miles down the trail, my feet and legs are feeling a lot better, not as sore. My movements are less clumsy and more fluid. I think my body is getting used to the trail again. Kind of like reacquainting with an old friend you haven't seen for a long time. Just gorgeous day. Lungs full of piney fresh air. Definitely a much needed hike.